with the camp, when this camp split up, the other brothers took over that area, and then there's more brothers preaching in Hanford. So I feel like this place is pretty secure. So now we're gonna go out to a further place. Now get your camera on this area. You see those. This is a railroad that they're building, but there's also get this train track right here. You see that train track? Why are they gonna build two train tracks next to each other? Because they're gonna translate. They're not gonna move it, but they're gonna put it over here. And they're going to turn it into a high-speed rail, which that means that these places right here are going to be higher than the marked land. See how that sand barrier goes up a certain amount, and look at those concrete forms that they have. Those are storm drains. Okay, those are storm drains that they're going to build because they know this place is going to flood. See how they got this road blocked off? That's because no more access to it. They're going to have to build a bridge to cover the distance. And all these solar panel farms, you know, that's another topic. But we're living in a place where there's a lot of interference with the 5G. Well, now they got 6G. And everybody is being forced to take the main roads instead of taking the back roads. And how they're going to do that is, oh, it's flooded. You can't drive around here because it's flooded. And all this place right here where we're driving through is just going to be isolated farmland, right? You see, this is new right here. We used to keep going straight, but this is new. You see, this is a new road, and it feels so much smoother. This just barely happened, everybody. I'd say like maybe five weeks ago. And they're moving the dirt, and they're moving it, and they're forming it into a place where they're gonna be proud of their high-speed rail system. So basically, in order to have this high-speed rail, which is fucking dangerous, you gotta isolate people. So those people can't live there. They can't have their house there. These people can't have their house. Put your camera on the cranes right there, on the building stuff. So basically, they're gonna build a bridge from there to here. You know, that has a lot to do with the mandates they get, and when they're gonna release the militia or the armies, the blue helmets, to come and take your ass. So basically, it is a reconstruction of old Babylon. And if you want to have things for a future, you got to move things in the present. You got to make the present shift, right? So these roads have got to get reconstructed. They got to get rebuilt. And Esau's paying a pretty penny. But as a result of this new high-speed rail and these new roads being built and new construction everywhere, house prices are going sky high because they need to make an excuse to collect taxes. So they got to have more people paying fucking property taxes. But the property taxes is only based on this area. So what I'm saying is New York can't charge me property taxes if I'm living in California. If New York gives me a call and say, yo, you owe property tax, I'll be like, man, F you. And look at all this. This is where the dairies are, and you know, this is where our food comes from. So when they tell you shit like, "Oh, there's gonna be a famine," if there's a bunch of food out there, how is there gonna be a famine? They got to create it, right? Along, and look at that bridge. You see that? That's basically what they're gonna do. There's gonna be a series of bridges, new roads, because that is a farming area, right? It's all farming. And it smells like cow shit, like sulfur, like methane, you know. So take a look. I mean, listen to what I'm saying. This place is going to change. This place is going to change real fast and real bad. So now we've seen two bridges, land bridges, I guess. And we've seen a bunch of detours and a bunch of roadblocks. So, you know, there's only a certain amount of roads that you can pass through. There used to be, when I was driving around in my early 18-year-old or 19 or 20, we used to take the back roads to get to the other towns. Now there's going to be toll booths and, you know, major roads leading to other little roads. So basically, I just wanted you to see that all the brothers and sisters that tune in, that this is our area and it's changing. You know, it's changing. So all this farmland might disappear. Eventually it will. And they're going to designate certain areas that won't be allowed to be built on, like this area. Let's say this area right here would be like, oh, we got, let's say they got 100,000 cows. Well, you need to feed 100,000 cows. So you got to have a certain amount of land mass to feed them. You got to grow the grazing. You got to grow alfalfa hay, dry cud. Got to grow the grains. So these motherfuckers are going to have to buy up land, or they already have land, but they're going to get taxed more. And there's another bridge on that side. You know, all this construction is going to lead to destruction, because the Lord said, "They shall build up, but I will bring down." And see, that bridge is on the other side of this, what is supposed to be the 43, but now it's not the 43 because they moved it. You know, and that's how they do things. See that bridge over there? So they have to have these things built, because that's part of their plan, and we can't see the whole plan because we don't have access to it. But since we're with the Lord, you know, the Lord shows us things and then makes us have ideas. See, so this is what the farmers think, that we should build more dams. But ain't nobody building no dams. They're building no high-speed rail. And if they had dams, all the water that was on the mountaintops, that's going to melt and turn into lakes. Because this area where I show you was a lake, right? It was a big lake, the Kauai Lake. And if you don't believe that, just Google it, you know. And it'll show you that this was a lake. But you see all these little puddles? These little puddles are basically indicators of how the water is going to be when the rain starts pouring down. And it doesn't have to rain for months. Around here, if it rains 2 or 3 days, that's enough to cause leaky roofs. Well, that's another thing. If you have a roof that's leaking, you got to find that leak and patch it up and seal it because you're going to have mold. So basically, we're coming to the end of this video, and we're going to say shalom, and then we'll see you next week. So in that, we're going to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Yahweh Kakodash, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there, teaching the truth and sincerity. We'll see you again next week. Shalom.